everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do just a very simple Filbert brush design on this green glass wine bottle. I am going to be using two AMAGIC flat brushes, and they're a number 12 and a number 14. All of my items are listed below as affiliate links, so if you want to purchase through those, you're welcome to do so. Also using two AMAGIC Filbert brushes, and then a dotting stylus and a clay ball maker for making dots. Alright, paint I'm using are all FolkArt paints, a combination of multi-surface and enamels. I'm using tea berry, wicker white, fresh foliage, autumn leaves, thicket, of course, and Italian sage. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, this is very simple. I've already cleaned off my bottle. This bottle is one that I use for all of my painting. Not all of them, but if I'm not going to sell the bottle, just want to do a quick design, I use this, and then once I'm done with the video, I'll wipe it off and redo it. So it's already ready to go. I'm going to take my number 14 flat, or not flat brush, but Filbert brush, and I'm going to dip it, I'm trying to get this in the video here, dip it all into the autumn leaves, and then just do a tip into the wicker white. And I'll just keep loading paint in as I go. I'm sorry that the amount of room that I have when where I'm doing my videos is not great, so I am actually doing the best I can in the space that I have. So I apologize that I can't have my loading of my brush completely in view as I'm doing it. So basically on this design, you can do it as a 4-petal or a 5-petal, doesn't really matter, but I'm just doing 2 strokes right next to each other to actually create 1 petal. And again, if you want to make it to where it is a 5-petal, you can do that as well. And I again am just dipping my brush into the paint as I go, adding to it as I see fit, so that it has, you know, just kind of a random pattern to it and not a definite, you know, where it has to be specifically loaded a certain way. Just bringing it around. Again, if you're new to my channel, you'll know that, or please know that my designs are intended to be simple. They're not meant to be difficult, because I want people to not be afraid to be creative and be willing to give it a try, not be intimidated by it. Now my paper designs, I ended up with 5 petals, because I always do my designs on paper before I put them on glass. And the reason being is I turned my, and I'll do this on the next color, which is the tea berry, but I turned my brush differently. So you can do it as I was doing it, still tipping it into the white like that. But then you can turn it to the side and do your design, so it's more of a pointy design, still done the same way. And you can stagger the length of your petals. This way you're actually probably able to get more of a, oh, I got some orange in there, more petals in, so you can make it a 5-petal flower. But it's okay to make it either 4 or 5 petals. Again, still doing it the same way. You're just you're just turning your brush on the side and doing it that way. So you can see the difference in the look. One has a bigger petal, and I'm just going to still do it the same way, putting my petals in here right next to each other, spacing them out. Again, it's just intended to be very simple for the newbies. If you're a more experienced painter, you can use my designs just as a, well, just something to go off of, an idea type of thing, and then add your own twist to it. Very easy. The main thing when you're painting on glass is you want the design to be more opaque than transparent with this type of paint, so that you have good coverage. That will create a durable design. And I get a lot of questions, people asking me about, you know, coating these after you've painted them. Now keep in mind, when you're doing glass painting, your item really should be treated like fine china. If anybody's familiar with that, you really wouldn't do harsh scrubbing on it. You would not put it in the dishwasher, that kind of thing. You can put this paint in the dishwasher. I mean, that's fine, but just know that the life of the design will last longer if you hand wash it and you're careful about, you know, not scrubbing real hard, because it is hand painted. Even though it's baked, you can remove the paint, and you don't want to do that. I mean, I'm just saying that that's not really, if you're easy with it, it'll give you a lifetime of happiness. If you're rough with it, it's going to affect the design. Now, very simple centers. I'm taking the biggest part of this clay ball maker. I might need a little bit more paint because you want to get good coverage. I'm just putting a big dot in the middle. Again, on this design, if you can hold a paintbrush, if you can hold a dotting stylus, you can paint my designs. And I'm doing the opposite color. Like, this one's kind of big, so I'm going to have to kind of spread it out a little bit. I probably should have made it a little bit closer as far as the petals go to the inside, but that's okay. You get the gist, right? This isn't going out to anybody for sale, so it's okay. And I might come up here and make this a little bit bigger, since I made these so big. Like that. Now, the other flower's a little smaller, so you could just go around and hit this with the orange and just go into the centers like that, so that they're a smaller center, since these are smaller flowers. And just tap them in to get them into the center good. Alright, I got them all filled in. Then I'm going to take my dotting stylus. I'm going to go into the white and just come back in around, and it's going to be white around all of it. Let me go. I'm going to flip it over here. I need to clean this brush off, or stylus, a little bit better. But yeah, I'm just kind of randomly going to put these dots in. You can do a little, you can do a lot, you can leave them out. However you feel. And you're seeing this, if you don't like them, then leave them out. If you want to make these a different color, you can even do that as well. And I appreciate you sticking with me on this video. Alright, so I'm going to come down here. Hopefully I'm in the picture. Come down here. And then just continue, like I said, placing these little dots wherever you feel like you need to. You can do all the way around them. I rarely ever do all the way around though. I'm not sure why. I just never have felt like doing that. On occasion maybe. But just see how cute, just gives it just kind of a little bit of character to it. But not too rough. Not too tough to handle. Alright, so I got that part done. Again, very simple. Then I'm going to take my number 14 flat brush, dip it in, one side into the Italian sage, one side into my thicket, and then maybe add some white in here. Just kind of rotate that a little bit. I don't know if you can even see that, I'm sorry. So tip, let's do a blending stroke. Want to do some white in it, and then I just keep adding paint as I go. Pretty simple. On this, I'm going to keep it simple because of the design. I think it's pretty simple, and just do my basic one stroke leaves. Just keeping it simple. I can turn. One thing you can do to kind of make some interest if you don't want to change colors that much as far as the leaves go, kind of rotate up and down. I got green on, darker green on the top, lighter green on the top, darker green on the bottom. So you're just kind of rotating it a little bit, and that gives it some interest. And you don't have to make them all the same size. You can do little leaves like such, you know, just kind of on the side, fill in here. And it's just very easy. Like I said, that's my intent. I want people to feel comfortable being creative. It's a great stress reliever. And I know in today's world, many people need that. It's just crazy things going on and lots of stress for people. So what better way to alleviate it than find a little hobby to do? Any of my designs that I paint, you can actually put them on other surfaces. Don't feel like you have to just limit it to glass. I just like the surface. But now I know it can be a little challenging for people. Great material to use to practice on is actually wax paper. It's affordable, similar surface, and just, you know, get a really easy way to practice. Because I think a lot of times with painting, you just need to train your hand to feel it. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Because I have to make sure my hand can feel it. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I've been really into trying to put little, I don't know, just like little filler vines, whatever you might want to call these. Like that. Now what I'm going to do is take my brush, and now this is the number 12, put it into the fresh foliage, and I'm just doing one single color with this. So I'm just going to come over here. Yeah, it may float over into this flower petal. That's fine. If you want to use the same color for the stem, you can. I use the darker green, which, you know, for me is fine. But if you wanted it to be more in line with the color that you're already using, then just feel free to make that adjustment and, you know, make it the same. And you could also use the same color green that I was already using. Again, I just like to try to, I don't know, kind of lighten it up a little bit. Oops. Got too much paint on my brush here. And with this, it's funny because my mama's coming, meeting it on the other side here. Like I said, I always try to just do one side for the video, but right now it feels like it's ending up meeting in the middle. And you don't have to stick with green either for leaf colors. You know, I know we get stuck in everything needs to be a certain color because that's what we're used to, but you don't have to. All right, I hope you like this. Very simple, easy, great for beginners. Give it a try. Don't be afraid. All you have to do is wash it off if you don't like it, right? All right, again, hope you like this video. Thanks so much for taking time to watch it and stop by my channel. I appreciate you. Before you go, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And before leaving, please make sure that you hit that share button that you'll find underneath the video. Share this on your social network with all your family and friends. It's really that simple. All right, until the next time, please stay safe and healthy and have a good one.